guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. It's Monday when I'm recording this. I don't know if it's Monday when you're watching this, but regardless, happy Monday. Today we are back building another house in The Sims 4. This one is an updated Victorian family home, and it's another really cool one. I like this one a lot. I think the placement of the house on the lot is really unique, something that I'm definitely not used to, and the interior is also very coherent. So I think this is a very simple one for you to go in and update and change in any way that you would want to. And you can kind of mix and match and see, I have a lot of exposed brick inside this house. And if you don't like that, you could maybe replace it with a fun wallpaper or a different paint color or something. It's almost like paint by numbers because this house is so consistent. If you don't like one aspect, you can change it and change it throughout the whole house. Who knows? Anyways, welcome back. How are you guys? Last time you saw me, we were building a cabin in the woods. So this is a bit of a change of pace with this residential house. This one has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. I decorated it for either a set of siblings or a pair of roommates. There's 2 bedrooms in the home with beds in them, but there's 3 rooms that I think would function perfectly as bedrooms. One of them has just been converted into an office. So I guess one of the roommates or one of the siblings works from home quite a bit. Some other features about this house are it has a spacious balcony and front porch, which you can see there. I actually moved the house on the lot a little bit to the side so that I could build out this side yard with a really nice garage that has some cars in it, and it just has 1 car and a car outside and some gym equipment. So really functional space, because there aren't functional cars and garages in the game. So I keep them in most of my builds because I like how they look. Most houses around me have garages, so I think it looks a bit more realistic that way. But in the game, it doesn't really matter at all whether or not you have a garage. So I tend to make them mixed use spaces. I'll throw in some gym equipment or a washer and dryer. I'll usually put in a sink. Depending on the house, I'll switch it up. But this one has a nice garage space that you could do anything with. I also really love this front yard area. It's totally fenced off. The house that I was inspired by was on a busier street, and so this privacy fence in the front and back of the house made a lot of sense. Probably reduces noise, safety, lots of reasons you would want a larger fence in front of your house if you're living on a busy street. In this neighborhood, in The Sims 4, do you need that? Probably not, but I liked it. I thought it was really cool and made that space really unique. I've never done anything like that on a house before, so it's a first. What else does this house have? We're about to move inside in just a little bit. We're gonna clean up some of the landscaping and then move back inside. But when we do get inside, you'll see, like I had mentioned, a home office with an attached bathroom, which is why I say it would be really good for another bedroom if you wanted to make it one. There's also a eating kitchen. It has the dining table in there and an island. There's a nice mudroom off the back, plenty of closet space, and a bedroom on the first floor, actually. Totally interesting for this house. So I mentioned I built it inspired by a real house, and that goes for the inside too. The pictures of it are pretty poor, the listing pictures, so not gonna really attach it because they don't reveal much, but let me just be upfront. This house is very similar to the one that I referenced. So you're not missing much by not seeing the picture. If you make it to the end of the video and you saw this house in real life, you would without a doubt recognize it. One thing that's different though is the lot is a lot longer in real life. So instead of it being a side yard and the garage off to the side, it would just all go directly toward the back. But I didn't have the room for that with a lot in the game unless I wanted to put it on a really, really big lot, and then I would just have all this empty space to the side. So I figured, let's shuffle the backyard off to the side, move the garage over, and make it work. But I really like it. We're almost done with the outside. There's very minimal patio decorations. I left it really open, and I imagine the backyard too would be really good to run around in. There's a run around, oh my gosh, for a dog to run around. That's what I was meaning. Um, we're already inside, but yeah, back outside there was a picnic table and a fire pit and a grill. So some outdoor activities, also a cherry and apple tree, I believe, in the little potters. So that's cool. If you're people like gardening, there's that for them to do. And if not, honestly, don't really know how it works. I've never gardened in the game. I don't really play the game in live mode. I don't know. It's spelled the same way, not sure which way you pronounce it. But I don't really play that much. I just build a lot. Now, this living room is actually one of my favorite ones I've ever done, just because of how it feels. The space, it doesn't have much in it. It's not too complicated, but it feels real. I don't know what other way to put that, but I can just see myself in this space. I could see myself walking in this space. I could see this being one of my friends' houses, you know? So it just felt really realistic, and that living room is definitely a highlight for me. I also love the kitchen. It's totally cramped, and I'm aware of that, and I think it's okay. There's still plenty of counter space. There's a desk that I'm adding in right now with a laptop. The dining table shrinks down a little bit and loses a few chairs, but you have the island if you want extra seating. Or you can just go to the couch. When I would play the game for gameplay, my people would always eat on the couch anyways. So, who knows? May never even use that dining table if you play with this house and keep it in there. But speaking of playing with this house, I usually mention this way sooner, but you can download it on the Sims 4 gallery under my user ID at @NickLastGame. You can find me under that username on Instagram and Twitter as well. It's the same here on YouTube. That's where I am with that name. This house also doesn't use custom content, so you can download it without any mods or anything in your game, just whatever packs you have. I personally have, I think, every pack now, and I build using a lot of them, but you don't need them. You can download it, and the game will automatically replace the content you don't have with content you do. So, no barriers to entry with this build as long as you have the game. We're still in the kitchen. I spent quite a bit of time in here, but it's really, really cool, I think. A very cozy space. I worked on the floor plan and some of the extra rooms off camera, particularly the mudroom, I think hallways, bathrooms, things that don't really make too big of a difference with the game. And with the build, you know, you see them in the background and they're not really that fun. I've actually found, since I've been doing this way more often, that building the bathrooms in those more communal spaces off camera really helps me develop a direction for the build that I want to go in. I understand just the overall vibe of the build. And usually I would say bathrooms till the very end, and it's not fun when you have this almost completed house and now you have to just go in and add toilets and sinks and all this stuff. So getting it out of the way at the beginning makes finishing the house so much more fun. You can see in the background, you know, what the bathrooms look like. There's still screenshots of all the bathrooms in the mudroom at the end of the video. And if you download the house, you get to see it. But not too key to the build. But something like this, the office, the bedrooms, living room, kitchen. I promise you will always see. But if you want to see bathrooms, let me know. I can add a few, usually for smaller builds. I'll keep them in. This video ended up being pretty short, but just figured I'd give you some time back and cut that out. Anyways, this video is about to wrap up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to see me build something in the future, leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see. I'd love to build it. Alright, see you guys.